SpaceX insane new Starship leaked by Elon Musk. Deep in the heart of Texas, Elon Musk SpaceX is out of the mission of creating the next generation of space travel, referred to as Starship, that is top of the line, isn't anything ever invented before and will become a major hit in space travel. So stick around so that I can remind you of this giant technology. The specifications. One of the amazing details about the Starship is its design. The giant technology has been revealed to be 30 meters in diameter and 189 feet tall. Moreover, the Starship will be powered by a trademark Super Heavy launch vehicle.
In an ever-changing world, you have to adapt. And cryptocurrency is taking the world by storm. It's the most efficient and secure payment method in the modern world. Coinbase makes it easy to start your own cryptocurrency profile, and you can get started in less than a few minutes. Invest in us to invest in the future.
The function of this vehicle is propelled the Starship into space with the aid of 31 Raptor engines. The Starship that has a Super Heavy combination will make it into the tallest, heaviest, and most powerful space rockets that have ever graced the stars. The Starship is reusable. The creation of the Starship is more than just a record breaker. Perhaps one of the breathtaking qualities of the Starship is in fact it's reusable. While the previous Starship invented by NASA was not reusable, this Starship can be reused, making it one of the unique Starships ever invented. This quality makes it more financially enticing for SpaceX and also other space agencies. Calling the Starship a modern marvel of engineering is an understatement. This technology set the bar high for future inventions of space flying through space generation of starships and prototypes that have led into this invention. However, Elon Musk is not content with this technology, even when his team produces something revolutionary and ahead of its time. Elon Musk is already searching for the next iteration of Starship. Elon Musk's new invention. Recently, the billionaire hinted about the plan of inventing a bigger Starship model and special variants of the ship that can travel from one point to another. The technology will also allow shipments of cargo and trips to the Moon and Mars. We are yet to be formally introduced to this version of the Starship, so keep watching to find out what these futuristic inventions have in store for us. So what do Elon Musk and his brilliant team have in their minds when thinking about what comes next for the iconic Starship vehicles? The revolutionary in space travel. The idea behind a Starship is that it's going to be a space vessel that can be transported cargo and people. The plan is the Starship will be capable of carrying 100 passengers high. While Elon Musk will envision trips and the planets to take people to Mars, the basic construction and the Starship concept is so attractive that NASA has tasked SpaceX to create some models for them. From passengers to payloads and satellites, in addition to cargo, is going to be ferried easily, and this is just part of the appeal of the Starship. The Starship is keeping its promise of SpaceX, allowing human beings to travel to every corner of the universe and making life multiplanetary in the process. This is a major step forward. In some way, the ships of NASA imagine the days of 70s and 60s. To put it simply, the technology has truly made revolutions and have certain aspects of traveling to space, like reusability and commercial travel, much more viable. The next generation Starship will be 18 meters wide. If you think of the great design and size of the Starship would be enough, then you are very wrong. It seems like Elon Musk is a few steps ahead. In August 2019, the brilliant billionaire hinted that it would be like 18 meters for the next generation system. So what does that mean? Elon Musk is struggling the next generation Starship will be 60 meters wide, which is 18 meters. This means that the rocket will be huge, thus giving it more power, capability, and thrust. Imagine what happens if the diameter of the Starship is doubled. What will this do? Doubling this diameter will enable the Starship to hold more passengers and carry more cargo. Moreover, it will enable it to break more records. The alteration in height. However, the ship's diameter is not the only thing that will be increased. If the Starship 2.0 goes from 9 to 18 meters, the height will also be changed. You will have to remember the spacecraft are supposed to maintain a measured and balanced ratio of height to width. Therefore, there's a good chance that this new invention by Elon Musk could come in at 780 feet tall. This would make the Starship one of the tallest and widest spaceships ever made. The new Raptor engines. So how will this enormous Starship be able to get into the ground? The Starship will need a lot of power to be able to land. The Raptor engines that are still nodding for the first Starship will not be enough to get the behemoth into space. This means that the new addition will need to have a version of the engines. If the ship tries to use modern day Raptor engines, it will require more than 100 of the engines, which are not possible. Even if the craft depended on the most powerful single-chamber rocket engine that has never been created before, the Saturn V's F1, it would still require more than 60. In all likelihood, all new versions of the Starship will be created with the new versions of the Raptor engines. Anything less than this would not be able to handle the mass of the Starship 2.0, the use of enormous space that the new edition accords. So what is this enormous juggernaut of space versus capable of? The spaceship will be able to do anything. If 100 passengers are planned for 1.0, you can bet that 200 will be aboard 2.0. Any trips to worry about cargo or anything would be faster and more efficient, saving money for SpaceX or any company that buys or rents starships. A starship that is wider in size can accommodate more passengers and allow them to live more comfortably. As of now, Elon Musk said the Starship would accord a comfortable experience to any space travel, be it to Mars or any planet. Moreover, Musk added that the Starship journey would allow passengers access to movies, lectures, restaurants, and most amazing of all, zero-gravity games. If the size of this ship is greatly increased, the amenities will also double up as well. To be honest, we expect the trip to space will most likely feel pretty constrictive and claustrophobic. If SpaceX manufactures a large Starship, there will be much more space to roam with the passengers near the moon, Marshmallow, even beyond. When Elon Musk is planning on building a larger and powerful Starship, his team will also be working on multiple iterations of the vehicle that move cargo and make travel on Earth easier. Yes, SpaceX is planning to transport right here on our planet. Codename Earth Starship is a starship that will put a tremendous strain on airlines because it will be able to move people around the planet at a very high speed. So how would this work? The Starship would launch at a major metropolitan location, a center of the atmosphere above the Earth, traverse across a planet's curvature, and then descend and land on the complete opposite side of the Earth. Due to the nature of this journey, it will take very little time. As of now, it will take almost 21 hours for a commercial airliner to travel from Sydney to America. With this new edition of Starship, it will only take 50 minutes. This method will also be used for point-to-point shipments. A certain company in Asia could transport certain products and goods across the planet within just an hour. This describes almost any industry will benefit from this new edition. Moreover, the airline industry will be affected if SpaceX starts employing starships in this process. This is the likelihood that SpaceX will put in a few airliners. Businesses especially if makes this sort of travel affordable to people. However, the airliner business might get included in this technology too by creating contracts with SpaceX. The plan is still underway. The plan for this type of travel is still underway. Firstly, SpaceX needs to finish making the ship and then start creating launch sites across the globe. But meanwhile, SpaceX is not yet done. They are also planning to invert a type of starship that can travel apart after interstellar locations. SpaceX is planning to create a lunar starship for 2024. This craft is part of a contract deal with NASA from the Artemis program, which will put all Americans back onto the moon, and is a major collaboration between NASA and commercial and international partners. That is all we had in store for you. Tell us what you think about this new edition of Elon Musk in the comment, and if you have anything to say, just pin it on the comment section. Also, make sure you like the video if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our video.